So Aaron, you co-founded Box.
Yes.
And you guys are selling online storage, collaboration technology to some of the big brands out there.
Yeah, so we built a platform that makes it really easy for businesses to share, store, manage, access their data from any device.
What's your big goal here?
In the future, you're going to be able to work from any device, any platform, and that's going to increase the productivity and really transform how businesses run. So if we can be at the center of that, or be at least a significant part of how businesses begin to change and redefine how they run their business, we think that's pretty exciting.
So the enterprise software industry is sort of notoriously closed, and we've had the same industry giants for, in some cases, 2 decades.
Right.
You guys took a completely different kind of tactical and strategic approach to break into this industry that at the time, you lost an investor for it.
We decided to focus very heavily on this idea of having a freemium software model where people could bring Box into work, start to use it when they run into challenges with maybe Microsoft SharePoint or some technology from other kind of giants, and then they would be able to solve their problem instantly by signing up for Box. And so we've been able to use that as a key advantage for going up against companies, in some cases 100x our size.
So you're kind of in these companies with their employees using your technology before you've sort of officially sold to these companies.
In a lot of cases, and we think that's going to be pretty disruptive to the traditional model of IT buying, of software sales.
Right.
So we think that's a massive transition and trend of how software gets bought and utilized.
Is that bad news for the big guys?
Well, we think it's very disruptive to the DNA and the culture and the mentality that the big guys have, right? Where they continue to still sell and build and deploy software and hardware in the same way that they always have.
So what's up with the swings?
They're a metaphor for being in 2 markets at once. So really being able to build amazing end user experience software, but also technology that's secure enough for enterprises to use.
How poetic. Well, let's take a tour here.
Great.
So you're 27 now. You started Box when you were 20.
Yes.
You could not legally drink yet when you launched this company.
Not legally, yeah.
Okay. The enterprise industry isn't one that necessarily values youth and naivete the way that perhaps the consumer industry does.
We started the company in college, so actually if you think about it, in a college environment, it's actually very similar to being in a large corporation. You have actually the same IT vendors, and we were running into the exact same problems that people in the enterprise were running into. So we would be trying to work from a laptop, from a classroom computer, sharing with a peer that we were working with. So it was really, really hard to do that, and those were, it turned out, the exact same problems that people in enterprises.
But you didn't know that at the time.
We didn't know that. We had a sense that a business could use Box to solve that problem. We didn't know how pervasive the issue was of my technology is blocking me from getting work done.
Right.
Because we had no experience with that.
Looking around Box today, kind of feels like consumer company. There are lots of people on scooters. There's unicorns in random places. Yet you're bringing CIOs here on a regular basis.
Right.
What's your strategy here in terms of culture?
We think that the way that you build an enterprise software company is changing dramatically. You have to look and act a lot more like a consumer company, right? You're building for, in some cases, billions of ultimate end users of these technologies, right? When you have mobile phones and when you have all these new ways that people can access information, the amount of addressable market that you can reach is enormous.
So you're building an office where you want people to spend time.
Where you want them to spend time, where you want them to be obviously as innovative as possible, thinking about the future of kind of what we're trying to do, where that you can move as fast as the markets are changing for our customers. That said, on the 3rd floor, we have an enterprise sales team. And in that kind of approach, you obviously have to meet with the CIO or the IT buyer. We have to develop a very strategic roadmap with that buyer of how is our technology going to fit into their environment. And so it's 2 different kinds of cultures that we've been able to blend, I think, together in a very unique and competitive way.
How did you go from this vision of wanting to create technology that lets people share things more easily, but focusing, kind of largely on the consumer, to one where you're selling into big brands, you're talking to CIOs on a regular basis.
So when we launched the product in 2005, we started to see examples of how Box was being used in large businesses and in use cases where we didn't really comprehend Box as a solution. So we wanted to let you share files very easily, but we didn't realize that it could also help you power like a significant part of your content management, or it could help you collaborate with a vast network of clients and partners and contractors. That really influenced us to expanding the product set, building more functionality that would help businesses really be able to kind of realize these benefits of collaborating and managing data in the cloud. So we're at this point where we had to make a decision. Where we're going to focus more on the consumer, focus more on the enterprise. We looked at the market. We saw that eventually we thought the consumer space was going to get far more competitive and commoditized.
It has.
And it has. But we realized that to really be able to build a long-standing business, independent company, that we'd have to focus in on the enterprise and really just change how businesses work. And that's where we are today, and I think what we've benefited pretty heavily from.
Are you capable of sitting still?
I haven't found that one yet.
Okay.
So that's the innovation we have not uncovered. So, but I'm just like very doo-woppy, like we're just having fun.